What if your biggest fear was the only thing standing between you and your greatest power? In a quiet little town, there was a girl who never tried anything new because she was afraid of failing. But when an unexpected challenge came her way, she was forced to confront her fear, and what she found within herself changed her life forever. Mia, a 10-year-old girl with big, curious eyes, lived in the town of Willowbrook. She was smart, kind, and creative, but she had one big problem. She was afraid to try anything new. When kids at school played sports, she stayed on the sidelines. When her teacher asked for volunteers, she shrank in her seat. The thought of failing, of making a mistake, made her stomach twist with fear. One day, her mother encouraged her to join a painting contest. "Mia, what if I mess up? What if everyone laughs? Mom, what if you discover something amazing about yourself?" Mia shook her head. She would rather not try at all than risk failing. One morning, Mia's teacher, Mrs. Lane, made an announcement. "Mrs. Lane, our school is hosting a talent show in 2 weeks. Everyone must participate. You can sing, dance, tell a story, or do anything you love." Mia's heart pounded. Participate in front of people? She raised her hand hesitantly. "Do I have to?" Mrs. Lane, "Yes, Mia. You never know what you might be good at until you try." Mia felt trapped. She didn't have a talent, and even if she did, she was sure she'd mess it up. The next day, Mia sat in the park, watching kids practice for the show. A little boy nearby was crying. His drawing had blown away in the wind. Mia rushed over, picked up the paper, and handed it back. "Here you go. Don't worry, it's not ruined." The boy sniffled. "I worked hard on it, but I made mistakes. It's ugly." Mia looked at the drawing. "Mistakes make it special. Look, you turned this smudge into a cloud. That's creative." The boy's eyes brightened. "Really? You think so?" Mia nodded. "Of course." That's when she realized something. She was good at helping others believe in themselves. At home, Mia tried different things. She tried singing but sounded like a squeaky door. She tried dancing but tripped over her own feet. She tried magic tricks, but every trick failed. "Mia, I'm terrible at everything. I should just quit." Her mother smiled. "Maybe you haven't found your superpower yet. Keep trying." Mia sighed. Superpowers weren't real, and even if they were, she definitely didn't have one. That night, Mia thought about the boy. She had made him feel better, given him confidence. Was that her superpower? She had an idea. For the talent show, she would tell a story. A story about a girl who was afraid to try, but discovered her own strength. She spent days practicing in front of the mirror, but every time she panicked. "What if I forget my words? What if they laugh?" Her mother reassured her. "Even if you make mistakes, the most important thing is that you try." The auditorium buzzed with excitement. Mia stood backstage, heart pounding. She wanted to run away. Mrs. Lane, "Remember, Mia, bravery isn't about never being afraid. It's about trying, even when you are." She took a deep breath. It was time. Mia stepped onto the stage. The bright lights blinded her. The audience stared. Her legs shook. What if she messed up? She opened her mouth to speak, but her mind went blank. A wave of panic hit. She could hear whispers. She was about to run when she remembered the little boy and his drawing. She took a deep breath and started again. "Mia, once there was a girl who was afraid to try. She thought she had no talent, but what she didn't realize was her superpower was helping others believe in themselves." The audience leaned in, listening. She continued, feeling stronger with every word. When Mia finished, the room was silent for a second. Then, applause filled the auditorium. Loud, excited claps. Her mother had tears in her eyes. Mrs. Lane smiled proudly. Mia couldn't believe it. She had done it, and it felt amazing. After the show, kids came up to Mia. "Classmate 1. That was awesome. You were so brave." "Classmate 2. Your story inspired me to try something new too." Mia grinned. She had spent so long being afraid to try that she never realized she had the power to inspire others. That was her real superpower. Mia stood outside, looking up at the stars. Mia, trying is scary, but now I know fear is just the first step towards something amazing. Her mother hugged her. And you, my dear, are truly amazing. From that day on, Mia wasn't afraid to try anymore. She knew that mistakes weren't failures. They were just part of the journey to discovering her own greatness. They called it a myth, a legend, a city made of pure gold, hidden deep in the Amazon jungle. Many have searched for it. None returned. But one man, Nathan Cole, claimed to have found it. He sent one final message before he vanished forever. The city is real. But I was never alone. What happened to Nathan Cole? And why has no one ever found El Dorado again? The answer may be more terrifying than you think. For centuries, treasure hunters, kings, and desperate men have chased a single dream, the lost city of gold, known as El Dorado, a paradise of unimaginable riches said to be hidden deep within the jungles of South America. But every explorer who sought it was never seen again. Nathan Cole was different. He wasn't a fortune hunter. He was a historian, a man of logic, of reason. And yet, he had found something. Something that proved El Dorado was real. A pendant with directions. With a small team of trusted explorers, Nathan set off into the unknown. Days turned into weeks, food ran low, and the jungle grew thicker. But there was something else, a feeling that they were being watched. Then they found the first sign, a stone marker, and on it, a warning: he who seeks the city must pay the price. But Nathan ignored it. They were close. So close. And then, there it was, a gateway of pure gold. They had found it, the entrance to El Dorado. But something wasn't right. The air was too still. The jungle, too silent. Inside, they found wonders beyond imagination. Golden streets, shimmering statues, treasures untouched for centuries. But where were the people? Where were the rulers of this lost kingdom? Then Nathan made a terrible mistake. He touched the crown, and the city awoke. Nathan's final entry was found days later, left behind near an abandoned camp. His words were shaky, filled with terror. The city is real, but it does not want to be found. I am not alone. I was never alone. To this day, no one has found El Dorado again. But some say, if you wander too deep into the jungle, you can still hear whispers and see a faint golden light in the trees. Greed blinds even the wisest. Some legends must remain untouched, for their secrets are more dangerous than their treasures. Imagine a town where no one ever died. No sickness, no accidents, no old age. People lived for centuries untouched by time. It was a paradise, until one fateful day when the first death shattered everything. What happened? Why did the immortality suddenly end? And what terrifying secret had kept this town untouched for so long? This is the haunting tale of the town where no one ever died, until one day. In the hidden valley of Eldermere, time stood still. People did not age. No one suffered. No one ever died. It was as if death itself had forgotten this place. One day, an outsider named Daniel arrived. He had heard rumors of this immortal town, but never believed it, until he saw the people himself. The air felt thick with something unnatural. He had no idea he was about to change everything. As Daniel spoke to the villagers, he noticed something strange. They avoided talking about death. Any mention of it made them anxious. It was as if even speaking of it could summon something dark. Then, for the first time in centuries, it happened. The town elder, nearly 400 years old, collapsed. His breath faded. His body, once untouched by time, turned pale and lifeless. Death had returned. Panic spread like wildfire. If one could die, could they all? The people who had never known fear suddenly felt terror for the first time in their endless lives. Desperate for answers, the town elders uncovered an old, forbidden book. It told of a bargain made centuries ago, a dark pact that had granted them immortality, but at a cost they had long forgotten. Long ago, a mysterious being had granted them eternal life. In return, the town had to offer a sacrifice, one soul every 100 years. But they had broken the pact. They had not sacrificed in centuries, and now, death had come to claim them all. As the truth was revealed, the illusion shattered. The people, once untouched by time, began to age, centuries catching up in mere moments. The town was crumbling, both in body and in soul. Daniel had a choice: leave and save himself, or stay and uncover how to break the curse forever. But time was running out. The town that once defied death was now drowning in it. When the morning sun rose, Eldermere was silent. The town that had once lived forever had finally met its end. And Daniel, he walked away, forever haunted by the truth of the town that no one ever died. Until one day. Some gifts come with a price. Defying nature has consequences. And sometimes, death is not the curse but the release.